Okay. Just talking to Bob just then. Tracy, can you confirm that you can hear me now? Otherwise, this is going to be a very short broadcast. Can you hear me now? That's why so many people came to view, because they couldn't hear a word I was saying. So, Tracy, if you're still watching, if you could say, what I'm going to do is I'm actually live on Facebook as well. So what I can do, okay, and go there, and go there, and go there, is in a second. Okay. And of course, when you want something to work, it doesn't. And I can't, I can get there now. Okay, so let's just see. What I'm going to do is I'm actually live on Facebook as well. All right, just a minute. And Tracy, thanks for your help, Tracy. Brilliant. Really appreciate it. And good. And I can hear you. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay. Normally I watch myself on phone as well, but I wasn't then. I was so excited by the news. I'll explain again, shall I? And then we'll get down to the carousel and get down to business. So thank you for watching. If I go here and go here, I can tell you now, and you can hear me, that I am broadcasting from BeLive, be.live. And I've been doing this on Amazon Live for over a year and having a great time. And tomorrow is this. I'm just glad you can hear me now. There's a huge update from BeLive tomorrow, September 15th, 2 p.m. Eastern, hosted by BeLive CEO Daniel Meyer, accompanied by, on his left-hand, well, to the right of him, is Sophia Rehan, who's the CTO, Chief Technical Officer of BeLive. Next to Sophia is Grant Saunders, a good friend and fellow live broadcaster, of course. Then I'm next to Daniel. Next to me is Dr. Healey and Nick Wood. And that's the team that we're broadcasting tomorrow on Facebook at 2 p.m. Eastern from BeLive. And it's a good time to actually join us and find out why I consider, and BeLive consider, that BeLive is the best platform for broadcasting to Amazon Live. And we've been joined by some very well-known people because there's new things starting. Now, I can't tell you all about them, but tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, all will be revealed. And there's a lot to look forward to, including the fact that I can, simple things, as far as being a platform is concerned, simple things, I can do this. And I can bring the follow button up on screen. I can move it about screen. Yeah. And if you're watching something you enjoy their broadcast, then do click the button to follow. In addition to that, another widget is that this one. Just a minute. Follow and unmute. I don't like that one because if you want to unmute, you will. You can't force people to do things. So I prefer the other one. And the other thing I can do, which I've just done, is I can actually show comments on screen. And Tracy's also saying, you're welcome. So if you comment on Amazon, I can see your comments in my BeLive studio and I can show them on screen. Now, there are lots of other features of BeLive, which you'll see during the course of this live broadcast. And there's some which aren't, well, only BeLive has them, which is why the big show tomorrow. It's going to be a brilliant time. If you've anything to do with live broadcasting, then do join the show at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with Daniel, Sophia, myself, Dr. Elo, Nick Wood, and Grant Saunders. Will be live tomorrow. And I can tell you that other people are actually involved as well. People I've known for a long time, people I've known since I started broadcasting Amazon Live, are actually involved in this. The big reveal is tomorrow. I can't give any state secrets away, and I'm not going to, but I just want to go over to my iPad and I just want to check something. Just a minute. Yeah. And I've got an enormous audience on Amazon. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so shall we get the show on the road? I'll give you more information about Be Live and everything during the course of this broadcast. But thank you for joining me. Now, what I specialize in, if I take the logo off for a moment, is I'm going to bring that back later, is I specialize in the following. Okay, so this again is a Be Live feature. Nobody else can do this. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We're going to look at Logitech Brio. We're going to look at Samsung S22 Mobile. And I want to say a big thank you for watching and spending part of your day with me. And you can ask me questions about live broadcasting or anything that's in the carousel. Now, today there are 39 items in the carousel. And if you've got questions about any of them, please do ask. When you click a link in the carousel, you get the price that's in the carousel, which is good whilst I'm live. Okay, if there is a discount on an item, I will tell you when there is a discount, and you can save money by clicking the link in the carousel. This is true of all Amazon live broadcasters. We have special offers whilst we're live. Okay, so let's start off. And I'm going to start off here. Okay, this is basically direct from devices in Wiltshire. And we're looking at the camera that's down in the carousel now, which is the OBSBot 4K. Now, the OBSBot 4K is not a static camera in the way that we understand it in like Logitech Brio, Logitech C920, or Elgato Facecam. They're static cameras. They sit in one place and they can look out at you from up to 90 degrees. The OBSBot 4K has 3 presets. That's preset number 1. Preset number 2 is my desktop. And here you can see the unit we're going to be talking about in a moment, which is 7 USB ports. We've got the Echo Dot, we've got the TP-Link Deco, we've got the headphones, and we've got the X3 Pro earbuds. And here is the Lamical stand, which starts the beginning of every broadcast. And the stand is here, and it's down in the carousel. This is the stand. And then you've got the Samsung S22 Galaxy Ultra, which is sitting on the stand. And as you can see, if I go here just a minute, there we go. It's actually got, if I come back to me for a second, I'm actually broadcasting out on Facebook and on YouTube at the same time. So it's actually got the live broadcast. And in a moment, that screen should change. There it is. I'm fascinated by this. There's always a delay between what I'm doing in the studio and what's going out. Anyway, back to the Brio, well, which you're watching now, and then back to the OBSBot Tiny. Okay, so the OBSBot Tiny has got 3 different views, and I can come to me now. So the 3 different views are the garden. I've got messages coming off everywhere. The 3 different views are the garden, the desktop, which is my demonstration area, and me. Okay, and that's basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about the features of the OBSBot, and then I'm going to give a short demonstration of why the OBSBot is so special and why you should look at it when you get a new camera. One of the things about cameras is, cameras arrive when people start recommending it. And I've seen people actually say, which camera should I use for live broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch? And people are starting to say the OBSBot. And that's for a very good reason. You're watching now the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera. Pan, tilt, and zoom. Pan, tilt, and zoom. PTZ. It is an AI-powered framing and autofocus. I'll demonstrate both those. It is brilliant as a 4K video conference camera. I'm going to talk about that a bit more. It has dual omnidirectional microphones, which means they can pick up the sound all around. Okay, so if you put it in the center of a conference table as a hint, it can hear everybody who's actually sat at the conference table. It auto tracking with twin axis gimbal. Now, if I go here for a second, I can show you an OBSBot. I've so loved the Spot. I've got two. This is an Spot. This is what it actually looks like. Basically, what you have on top, the lens is on top. You've got a two-axis gimbal. You've got the body underneath. It's a USB connection, so it plugs straight into your PC or Mac, no problem at all. And you can mount it, as we'll find out. You can either mount it on top of your monitor, you can mount it on your desktop, PC or Mac, or you can put it, as I have here, on a tripod. Now, this is a very elegant tripod. Again, it's in the stand, but I want to take that off so you can actually see. This is a great way to actually mount, because the thing about mounting it this way is that the camera lens is actually at eye level, and I'll come back to that. But essentially, if you're broadcasting out, you want to be looking at the camera. If the camera's at eye level, then you don't have to look up, you don't have to look down, you don't have to look sideways, you just have to look straight forward. And that's what I'm going to be doing shortly. So let's bring the camera back to me. Okay, so we're back to me, and it's got low light correction. Now I've got a Logitech Litra light. Yes, Logitech make lights. First one released this year. It's down in the carousel, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch it off. Now, I've gone darker. You can see that I've gone darker, and I have no lights at all now. But and what the camera is doing is actually compensating, so you can still see me. And if I switch the light back on, yeah, then all is good. Yeah. So low light correction is a feature. It's got magical gesture control. Now they say magical, but it is really. Basically, you don't need to be near the computer. You just need to be in front of the camera. If you go like that, the camera will start tracking you. And I'll show you what that means in a minute. If you go like that, the camera will stop tracking you. If you go like that, you can zoom in. And the Spot 4K has 4x zoom. If you go like that, or like that, then you can actually zoom out using your hands. So magical gesture control is what they've called it. At least that's the translation. Just said it's got dual omnidirectional microphones, and it's got noise reduction. Now, it doesn't have noise cancellation. Noise cancellation is cutting out all noises apart from your voice. Noise reduction is reducing the background noise. And that's important, as we'll hear in a minute. It's got 3 preset positions, and I'm just going to go into the garden. Okay, and we're looking through the window, but if I zoom out, you can see more of the window and the view. And if I zoom back in again, you can see the picture that I've selected. So you've got 4x zoom. We've got the desktop, and we can actually see the Spot is there. That's physically what it looks like. And then we come back to me. So 3 preset positions. Now, the thing about those preset positions, you've got 140 degrees. Yeah. And basically, the lens will swivel and tilt until you get the position you want. It's got AI tracking, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And we've seen that it's got versatile mounting, because you can actually mount it on the monitor, or you can mount it on a tripod. Right. Okay. Now, this is the time where my fingers are crossed, and possibly my toes as well. Okay, I'm going to give you a live demonstration of why the Spot is different from static cameras. This is a camera which can move. I'm going to show you what that means. Now, hopefully, if I click a button, just a minute. If I click a button, click that button, and I move backwards. Yeah. Just let me click the button. Oh, wait a minute. I was doing a warm-up. All right, okay. We're ready to go. Now, if I push back a little bit further, okay, and I stand up, then basically what's happening is this. The camera is actually following my every move, okay? It's keeping my face in the center of the screen, and it's giving me headroom, and it's going to do this consistently. This is what it's set up to do. not just to be a static camera with a 90-degree field of view. Okay, just a minute. Most cameras, just a minute. Sorry. Okay. Most cameras have a 90-degree field of view. The Oswald Tiny has got a 140-degree field of view. And it's got a gimbal, which means it can move. It's not fixed. So it can move around and it can follow me as I walk around. So this makes it a very versatile camera. Behind me, you can see a backdrop. I will explain all in a moment. But that for $55, you can get your own stand and backdrop, and I shall tell you how to do that once we're talking about the next camera, which is the Brio. But the situation is that this camera is the most fun I've had. It's my favorite moving camera because it follows me about. As I move, it will follow me. And if I want to talk about the DJI gimbal, then I can do that stood up. So basically, when I go at weekends, this is down the carousel, by the way. I go out with my mobile phone. This is mobile phone. I take that out with me. I put the phone into the gimbal, and if I just twist this, just a minute, this may work or may not work. I'm going to twist this. I'm going to pull that. This is the DJI OM5 gimbal, and basically this is to reach parts that you can't reach. If you're holding your camera like that, what you can't do is that. What you most certainly can't do is that. Okay, so this allows you to go up like that, to go that way, to go that way, to go down. And that's the beauty and power of a gimbal. The fact that it can give you more camera angles than you could possibly do just by holding the camera like that. Now, this gimbal is down in the carousel. It's the latest from DJI. And you can use the selfie stick, or you can put it back down again. In terms of, just a minute, in terms of how it fixes to your camera on your mobile phone, then basically there is a clamp. I better, well, just a minute. Be good. Just give me a second. And I'm going to do this. If we go here, I put everything in order so I could find it. Yes. As I'm talking about it, down in the carousel now is the DJI gimbal, which is $129. Okay. Right. Okay. So now you know what I'm talking about. This is the gimbal that's down in the carousel as the featured item at the moment. Okay, from DJI. Here's my mobile phone with me on it, talking away. I'm just going to shrink myself and I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm going here, and in a second, this should work. Okay, Fitbit. Now, this unit here, this clamp goes on the back of your phone. Never demonstrate live. Goes on the back of your phone so that it's there. Now, the thing about that is this, and hopefully this will work. And you can see how the camera is actually following me about. That doesn't work. I'm trying. No, that doesn't work. Well, incredibly, I've just tried to prove that this is a very powerful magnet. Take my word for it. And basically, taking the gimbal in one hand and the phone in the other, live demonstrations. That's it. That is now ready to use. That's how easy it is. So you unhook the gimbal, put the clamp on the phone. That's it. I mean, I've had gimbals. This is a competitive gimbal. This is the Zion gimbal, which is my oldest gimbal that I've got in my shop. But this is lightweight, it is small, and it is extremely portable. The next thing is that you switch it on. Okay, and I'm switching it on. That's it. And then I just basically press a few buttons and we're ready to go. I can now use this gimbal. I can zoom, I can do all sorts of things. And this is so flexible. And the thing about this is the difference between this, if you don't use a gimbal, your mobile phone lens is going to go up and down and the resulting video will be jittery and juddery. Using a gimbal, it's steady, rock steady. And that means that you've got a semi-professional video you can put on YouTube and people will come and watch it. Now, I've got videos from Stonehenge and from Avebury, and they're all there on YouTube, and people come and watch them. Because at weekend, as I say, I go out with my mobile phone shooting video. So, gimbal comes off like that. Okay. Take the clamp off the phone. Okay. Okay, put the phone back on stand. So that's back on the stand. You'll see it in a moment. And then as far as to put the clamp back in the bag, gimbal, just bend it over like that, lock it by using that, and that can go in the bag too. And the whole thing is that size. Okay, it's basically fits in your rucksack and you're ready to take photographs and videos and basically have a good time doing so. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go here and you can see the camera is still tracking me, but to allow me to sit down and not to knock anything over, there you go, and we're back to me. So let's go to me. Okay, so that's the power of the, let's go right to the beginning of the carousel. That is the power of the OBSBot, which is down the carousel at the moment. It's on special today, and it is $228 as opposed to $269. So there's a 15% saving. Now, it's a totally different world. Having a camera which has got presets and it's on a two-axis gimbal, it can move through 140 degrees. It can give you crisp, clear pictures while you sat down and the same while you stood up. Now, a moment ago, let's just go through that again, just a minute. Okay, a moment ago, one thing you've got to do, is this, just a minute. Right, we said a moment ago that the beauty of the OBSBot is it's a perfect conference camera because, as you've seen, it can go from A to B to C. If you imagine a conference table, and remember this is a 4K camera, if you imagine a conference table, 5 people around the conference table, then basically as each person begins to speak, the camera can turn towards them. Yeah. So if they're doing a Zoom meeting out to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, you can see the individual speakers. You can hear them because the OBSBot is in the center of the conference table and it's got omnidirectional microphone, which means it can pick up all the speakers' voices. So one microphone, twin microphones in the OBSBot PTZ camera, and a lens that can switch between speakers. So it's an ideal single camera for a 5-person conference broadcast. Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to come and sit down again. And this time we'll look out into the garden. And this is the third preset on the camera. So we're going out into the garden now. And there we are, live. Those are my neighbours' gardens, not my garden. I can't get the angle to get my garden. I will one day set a camera up so you can see our garden, Angelica and I's garden. Alexa, what's the temperature today?
At the moment, it's 19 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 10 degrees.
Right, so it is 19 degrees Celsius, which is high 60s today. Yeah. we're in the dog days of an English summer. We can't complain. We've had it up to 95 degrees in the UK this summer, so absolutely brilliant as far as temperatures are concerned. But we are coming ever so slowly towards autumn. Okay, so that's the first item in the carousel. And just to recap, we've been talking about the Obspot Tiny PTZ camera, which you're actually watching. It's got AI framing and autofocus. So if I go here and put this, it will focus on that object. Okay, so you can see that this, by the way, is the case for my Samsung Galaxy S22. You can see how it's actually focusing on that item, and I'm receding slightly into background. So that's what autofocus is all about. As I bring it up to the camera, you get a clear picture of it. We just talked about the 4K virtual camera and conference camera and the dual omnidirectional microphones. And I've demonstrated quite successfully, for a change, the auto tracking with the 2-axis gimbal. Okay, so now we say goodbye to Obspot 1, and hopefully, just give me a second, I'm just going to go over here. Now what I've just shown you is a 4K camera. Okay, what I'm going to show you now is the Obspot 4K's little brother, and that's going to come in a minute. Okay, so I'm a fan of Obspots, has to be said. We're now going to look at the Obspot Tiny, which is not the 4K. This one is the other Obspot, which is the Obspot Tiny, which is the original one, the Obspot Tiny PTZ webcam. And this is it. I don't know what's going to happen now. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're looking at a curtain. Can we do something about that, please? Okay, can we go to me? And you can see, wait a minute, just a minute. Bit of adjustment. I just need to, just give me a second. This will work. This is the Obspot Tiny PTZ. And I just want to zoom out a little bit. No, there. Okay, I think I've got that sorted. Now, basically, as you saw a moment ago, you can mount your camera or your webcam on a tripod. This is the Obspot Tiny, the 1080p version. It's got 2x zoom. It's still on a gimbal. It can do everything that I've shown you on the 4K camera, but it doesn't have 4x zoom and it doesn't have 4K. But apart from that, you use one piece of software to control both. The other thing is that because this is on a gimbal, it's the camera, rather than being at desk height, is at my height. So that all I have to do is look at the camera. And one of the things about live broadcasting, whether you're on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, is looking at the camera. If I look straight at the camera, I'm looking straight at you. And that's the illusion you actually want. That's the one that works. If people think you're looking directly at them, then they are more involved. Yeah. If you're looking up or looking down or looking sideways, it doesn't work. If you're looking directly at the camera, then it works far better. And if you put your webcam on a tripod, as I've done here, then you can just look straight ahead. I'm just looking straight ahead. The only thing I have to do is just look at the camera. I don't have to move. I just look straight at the camera, and this works a lot better. So I'm using this setup with the camera on a tripod more and more, and getting used to it. It takes a bit of getting used to, because the camera's in the middle of nowhere. My computer is over there, but it works. So again, with the Obspot, we've got 3 views. Now, this is going to be a lottery. I don't know whether this is going to work, but I'm going to turn the other way. Okay, and I'm going to go. Hopefully this will work. Okay, I'm going to switch that light off because it's a bit disconcerting, isn't it? Okay. Right, this is my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel. This is also my broadcasting studio. This is where I'm broadcasting from, which is Be Live. And this is the second preset on the OBSBot Tiny. And then the third preset is going round and round. Okay, is the chess set. And the chess set has got cables on it. Let's just show this is live and move the cables. That's the back of the phone. So there's the Lamical stand, which is down in the carousel. And I'm tidying this bit up. So let's quickly come back to me. Continuing state of flux. I'm tidying the office up at the moment. But this is the OBSBot Tiny. It is on offer today. And I'm just going to put the phone back and I'm going to switch back to my other camera, which is here. And we're back now. And I want to say thank you for watching. And that was the two OBSBot Tiny cameras. Okay. Now, the next item in the carousel, if I go on my second camera and I go here, just a minute, and I go off, right? Remember, Be Live, big update tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Be there if you can. And say hello to Michelle Miller. Hello. Thank you. And I've got a comment coming in from Bob Tomlin, who's back, and she can hear me. That's good. Yeah, I had a problem with my microphone, which Tracy on Amazon reported, and it was the software. Okay, so Daniel and team are with us tomorrow. I can hide that now. I can hide that because you know what you're watching, and that brings us to here. 1, 2. Okay, and I'm going to go. Where am I going to go? Oh, wait a minute. I need to change something, don't I? That camera's going to go blank in a moment. And I'm just going to switch over cameras. Bear with me. Yep. Right, because within my beloved studio, I can switch cameras, and this is what I was expecting to see. Okay, this is my desktop, and I can just change the angle slightly. If I go, no, not that way, I'm going to destroy it. I need to check all my angles out later. But here is the Samsung Galaxy S22 we're going to be talking about in a moment. And as I'm talking about it, down in the... Sorry about that. And there is me on mobile, but sideways. Okay, that is actually working on 4G. Okay, so now we're looking at a unit. If I just zoom in a minute, down in the carrot, and I'm going to wish I could move myself. Just a minute. I can't do that. Just give me a second. I just need to experiment a bit. Okay, the unit that you can see here, I'm just going to move it slightly so you can actually see it on camera, is down in the carousel at the moment, and it is a powered USB hub. Okay, in actual fact, if I go here, it's at this point of the show that I actually remember what I'm doing. So let's go here, let's go here, and it makes sense in a minute. Just give me a second. I just need to get my ducks in a row, my act in order. Okay, so what we're actually talking about is in the carousel at the moment is $42.99. It's a powered USB 3 hub. Now, I don't know about you, but when I buy a new computer costing thousands of dollars, I expect to have USB ports to plug in my cameras and my microphones. And I mean, I bought a Microsoft Surface Book 2. Yeah. in those days, it was a lot of dollars, but it's only got 2 USB ports. And that's the problem. We don't have enough USB ports. Now, I've got that unit, and you can see it there. And basically, it's giving me 7 USB ports. So it's 6 more USB ports than my Microsoft Surface Book 2 has got, which means that I can plug in, as I am doing, 4 cameras and 2 microphones are all plugged directly into that. That is then plugged into, if I could, let's just show you full screen. Just a second. Okay. All the unit, just move the phone. All the units are actually plugged in. So you've got the cameras and you've got the microphones. And then you, in addition to the standard USB ports, you've got 3 USB-A charging ports. So I can charge things, including my Fitbit. I charge it using that cable. Okay. Now I can switch something. I can switch on and off. So I can power the individual slots one by one. Okay. And switch them on and switch them off just at the flick of a button. Now, this is a powered USB 3 hub, which means that it's not drawing any power from your PC or Mac. That's the first thing. So your PC or Mac will start up quicker. I know this. The other thing is, because it's powered, it can also be used for charging, and the 3 red ports on there are charging ports, and you can charge any USB-A device whilst using the unit, and it just saves a lot of time. The thing is that when I broadcast live, I want to be able to switch between cameras. I want to go from this camera to that camera, and I can't do it because I can't plug the cameras directly into my computer. The answer is down in the carousel. It's a powered USB hub, 7 external USB-A ports, which you can just plug into. You can switch them on and off when you need them, and you can have 3 powered rechargers as well. So I've got 2 cables in at the moment. These 2 cables are actually powering, or will be recharging, units which need charging, like the mobile phone. So this gives you greater flexibility. It is an ideal solution. If you got, let's come here. If you've got a computer and it doesn't have enough USB sockets, then this unit, $42, is effectively priceless, because it does what it says on the tin. It's well constructed. It's just plug it in, plug your USB connections in. That's it. You can set it and forget it. Although, as I said, down next to each individual slot is an on-off switch, and you can use that. Okay, over to Barb. And Barb is saying, I'm here for your coverage on the Samsung S22 Ultra. Right, coming up soon, I promise. Okay, I want to say hello to, just a minute, to Michelle and to Abigail and to Sarah. Thank you all for the likes on Facebook, and to everybody who's watching on Amazon Live, I want to say a big thank you. Now, it's a time saver. It's a power saver. It's a game changer, because you can have several cameras, several microphones. In fact, any of your peripherals that you want plugged into this one unit, and they're all powered, and they stay working after you switch your computer off. Yeah, just remember that. But that is the unit. And over to Barb. Sorry, I spoke too soon. I couldn't agree with you more about the powered USB hubs. Thank you, Barb. Yeah, I found this the other week. Krista Boven's actually getting one as well. It is a game changer, because, as we both know, Barb, we've been watching and following computers for a while, and they never get the number of slots on a computer right. And you've got to find a piece of kit that works. The item down in the carousel at the moment does. So let's just zip on. So I'm going to switch that camera off for the moment, and we're going to go, we'll come back to that because Barb wants us to go here. Okay, and Barb wants us to go to the Samsung Galaxy S22, which is what we're going to do now. So I'm going to switch over. In the carousel, I'm going to go to the Samsung Galaxy S22. Today, the Samsung Galaxy S22 mobile phone is on discount, and Barb will understand what I'm about to do next. I just need my reading glasses. Okay, it's $1,049.99, which is 13% off. So you're saving $100 if you buy it through the link in the carousel today. Now, I've got to say from the outset that I'm biased, totally biased. My old mobile phone was 5 years old. So I decided to get a new one, and I decided to get the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the phone you see before you. Okay, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about it, but then I'm going to show you a video taken with this very mobile phone. I'm going to show you some images because the features of this are just, well, it's the sweetest phone I've ever had. It is officially the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And let me just change something. Okay, and there. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. Now, the Ultra is the top of the range. This is the best mobile phone that Samsung have ever produced. This is this year's model. Yeah, and the Ultra is the ultimate in Samsung phones. There are various models available. I've got 256 gig of memory on this, and my friend Guy Cook, who used to live in Walla Walla, has got 512 gig. So you can choose how much memory you've got. It has inbuilt into it an 8K camera, which can take 8K photographs and also shoot 8K video. And a comment coming from Barb. And Barb is saying, my son had one for several months. He does a lot of remote live broadcast now. Well, my son had one for several months. He does a lot of remote live broadcasts and absolutely loves his. I've got to agree with him. Yeah. I mean, we talked earlier about the 4K cameras. This camera is 8K. Yeah. It's the best. Bring it into your studio and it's the best camera you could have. It's got the brightest display. It is from 120 down to 1. And I'll demonstrate that. But the thing about this is if I go here and I go here, okay, when I was sat outside earlier today and you can see it's bright sunlight, Alexa, what's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 19 degrees Celsius. So tonight, you can expect a low of 10 degrees.
Right. So we're heading towards autumn. It's 19 degrees, low 60s. But I was sat out in the sunlight and I could read the phone because it definitely, most surely has the brightest display that has ever been on a Samsung phone. And it's just so good. The other thing I like, if I go here, is that when I'm sat outside and I'm actually scrolling through, just a second, there, I'm actually scrolling through. Oh, what was that there? Is that me? Oh, wow, that's a video. Reminder for tomorrow, Bob. Right, okay, it's got a very fast scroll, incredibly fast scroll, and I could read the whole of that in bright sunlight. Now, do you remember the Galaxy Note? The Galaxy Note had an S Pen. Okay, the S Pen is back, and the S Pen is part of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And what it means is this. I can actually type or write actually. Okay, so I can write. Okay, there are 7. I've got your comment, Bob. Just give me a minute. There are 7 different apps which you can use the S Pen with, and the other thing is that you're in a meeting and it's a phones off meeting, and you're not allowed to use your mobile phone. If your phone's off, you can still take notes with the S Pen, and you can save them. And then when the meeting's over, you can read the notes that you've saved. It's little features like this that make all the difference. And let's go over to Bob as I put the S Pen down. My hot air ballooning friends use the Samsung S22 Ultra, getting the most beautiful photos. I've seen some of the photos, Bob. They are amazing photographs, 8K photographs. And over to Bob again, and Bob is saying, right, my son, the S Pen is extremely valuable. It is. I use it. It's brilliant for controlling, for writing, and I'll show you something else in a minute. The phone has a long battery life. Now I can charge it overnight. I can go from 0 to 100 in under an hour, and it's good for 24-30 hours. It has 8K super steady video. Built into the mobile phone is a stabilizer. Yeah. So when you're carrying your phone, as your phone goes like that, yeah, because it does when we walk, because our gait, the phone goes up and down, then basically the stabilizer stops that happening, and you get a steady, right? And if you dial down from 8K to 1, it goes super steady. Yeah. As far as photographs are concerned, we've got the 8K camera, and it can do nightography. Now, I've done my own nightography, which I'll show you in a moment. But in terms of nightography, taking photographs at night in the dark, in terms of my own photographs, I've done that. But I've seen superb examples of nightography on this camera, which it looks like daylight. It really does. And I'm going to show you my example in a moment. Over to Bob. And Bob is saying, is battery good for over 20 hours when streaming video? I don't know. I'll have to check on that, Bob. I don't know. That's a good question. I will check. Thank you. As I said, if I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know and come back. Right. On the back of the phone, okay, you've got 108 megapixel photo lens. You've got 3 times zoom and 10 times zoom, and the nightography lens too. It's got adaptive color contrast. As I said, you can actually read the phone in the brightest sunshine. It's got a long-lasting battery, as we've just spoken about, and Bob and I are going to do some more research on this. If you use a fast charger, now down the carousel next to the phone, if you just go across, there's some items in relation to the phone. You'll find the fast charger, and it makes a difference. Now the S Pen, just to come back to the S Pen, if I take the phone out of the room and I forget my S Pen, as I've done, then I get a nice little message on here which says, have you forgotten your S Pen, Stephen? Well, it doesn't say Stephen bit, but it says, have you forgotten your S Pen? So you're less likely to lose the S Pen because the phone's going to remind you you've just taken it out of range. Right, the phone is unlocked by Samsung. It is dual SIM, so you can go to your favorite carrier, and you can actually get 2 SIM cards to actually fit in. So you've got 2 phone numbers, 2 lots of texts. Physically, the phone is 6.8 inches, and it's got a WQ HD edge screen and 120 Hertz refresh rate, adaptive, which will go down to 1. Charging wise, it's got 45 watts of charging, 5,000 milliamps. You can use wireless charging as well if you want, or you can use wireless power share. So various ways of charging. The rear camera is 108. The front camera is 40 megapixels. And the mobile phone itself was released on February 9th, 2022. Now, as I say, this is the flagship phone from Samsung. I'm so glad I got it. I'm enjoying it tremendously, as is Bob's son and Balloonist. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and find, just a minute, just give me a second. Okay. I'm bringing a video up on screen, which was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. It also uses, just a minute. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and the DJI OM5 gimbal we looked at a few moments ago. You're about to visit the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. Okay, this is a former industrial estate, a factory, and it is now, well, you decide what it is now as we take that off screen, and I'm going to switch my microphone off, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. At the Quartz Garden, and just had lunch. And the thing about the Quartz Garden is it's a beautiful place to actually stroll around and just enjoy the gardens. So I'm just going to walk around, and I am using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and my new DJI OM5 gimbal. I've got the internal microphone on the Samsung, so no external mic. I'll try an external mic next time, but it's just so beautiful today. It's about 28 degrees, and I'm just going to try something here, because if I do this, I should be able to change the view. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to come down again. It's actually stuck, isn't it? Wait a minute. Let's adjust this. This is just a trial. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, or like that, or like that. I've got to be able to see what's on the screen, so I can see what's on the screen. And just wondering how steady this is. This is better than actually holding the phone. It's a lot easier to actually grip the gimbal than it is to actually grip the phone, so this is a win. But there's so many things this gimbal can do, and I really haven't learnt half of them, or even a quarter of them. But let's look at the borders, and there are people here today. Car park was full, but I don't think everybody actually came over here. But there's just flowers here in full bloom. We are at the beginning of August, first week in August, and the grounds here are just absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that's important this year is that I've got my new eyes, which means that this year I can actually see clearly where I'm going. That's the entrance over there, where you come in, and then you led into the gardens. There's a cafe just around the corner, and I'm back. And this is the beauty of having 8K video. I mean, you're getting a flavor of what this camera on the mobile is capable of. The full video in glorious, well, it's in 4K even on YouTube. It's just incredible quality of the video. And you're watching the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire, which is about 30 minutes from where I live. And over to Barb, and Barb is asking, oh, wait a minute, let's go here. I missed one. Okay, that's the one I want. Unlocked for all Samsung S20. I basically am going by what it says on Amazon, so I don't know. I mean, my shopping world, Barb, is limited to Amazon. Being honest, so I'm just saying what it says on Amazon and what I've read. What about earbuds? I have the Samsung ones I bought last year, but I find they do not fit well. Yeah, there is a. Yeah, I don't use earbuds. The earbuds that I'm using, if I use any, are over here, and they're not earbuds as such. Down, let's go with the flow. Just a minute. Let's go off on a tangent. What do? I don't like earbuds. I've got the problem I find with earbuds. Okay, and these are the X3 Pro earbuds, which are down the carousel, which are brilliant. Is that for me they're always dropping out, and that's just me. And the second thing is that you've got two of them, you may well lose one of them. So what I prefer to use is down in the carousel at the moment. And I'm just going to explain to you because it is my preferred way of listening. Okay, especially when I'm out and about. Down in the carousel now are aftershocks. And aftershocks are awesome. Down in the carousel, these are aftershocks. Okay, now they are available in different colors. If you click link in the carousel, you can go and find your own color. I just like these because I just like them. Simple as that. Now, the whole principle here is that what you're talking about is bone conducting headphones. In other words, they are over the ear. They don't go into your ear canal. So there is no way they're going to irritate you at all because they're over the top of your ear. The second thing is that you're hearing the sounds not through your ears, but through your skull. So these are bone conducting headphones. Now, it's not hi-fi, but it is darn good quality. Yeah. Now, these are the ideal headphones for walking, running, jogging, cycling, or ballooning. I just added that one in, Bob. These are ideal for ballooning because they're not going to fall off. Okay, you can receive phone calls. Okay, pairing is easy. You just go to your mobile phone, you switch Bluetooth on, you'll see these aftershocks. You just press the pair button. That's job done. Yeah, so whenever you switch the headphones on, they pair with the phone automatically, and you don't need to do it again, unless you switch devices, of course. As I said, sound quality is good. They are, I'll come back to your other comments, Bob. I'm trying to keep up. They are waterproof. Okay, now I live in England. It rains, so I know they are waterproof. And when I go out walking and running, I'm practicing for a 10K at the moment. When I go out walking and running, then I take these headphones with me, and it's just brilliant. Now the thing about it is that because you're wearing over-the-ear headphones, your ears still work, so you can still speak to the person next to you. Yeah, you can hear the traffic all around you. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind you. You can hear more with these, and these are so good that another Dutch company have just made some as well. So these are basically, I hate saying this, but these are in fashion. Okay, these are headphones that are great for activity, and they also work indoors as well where it's not raining. So you can make and take phone calls. Making phone calls, you can use voice dial. You've got the volume controls. You've got skip to next track. Everything you'd expect of a set of headphones, but they are stylish and they are, well, they don't irritate me and I don't lose them. Over to Bob's other comments. Let's go here. So my earbuds of choice are the aftershocks, okay, which are easily rechargeable. Okay. Next question. Gorgeous video. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bob. And over to the next comment. The new 22 Ultra doesn't have the option for corded earbuds. Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically, you've got the same situation here. Okay. This basically, okay. I have a favorite, not talking about earbuds, but in related, I have a favorite lapel microphone, which is down in the carousel. Just a minute. Yeah. I'm going all over the place here. Just a second. Bear with me a moment. Okay. Down in the carousel now is my favorite lapel microphone. And this is connected to Bob's. Just give me a minute, I'll explain. This is the lapel microphone that I use when I go out and about. I've used it with my old phone and I want to use it with my new phone, but my new phone, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, does not have an audio socket. Problem. This is my favorite lapel mic. I love it. So if I go here, this is the PowerDeWise lapel microphone. You see where I'm going in a minute, Bob. If I go here, there is the lapel microphone, and this is But if you're going to shoot video with your mobile phone, you can use the microphone on the mobile phone, or you can get, just hide that for a second, or you can get the lapel mic. Now this is $35, and it's $35 well spent, because it's like that. It's got a little cover on it. The mic's under there, and it just clips on like that. Okay, so that's how you install it, like that. Now the other end of it, like the other end, just a minute, like the other end of Bob's wired corded earbuds, the other end of it is an audio 3.5mm, and try as I might, I can't actually plug that into my phone because there's no socket. So the answer is a little widget. This is it. Basically, you plug the audio cable into there. Okay, stage 1. Stage 2, you plug, it's a USB-C, so you just connect that to your phone. That's it. So this would work with corded headphones as well, Bob. Basically, it's a little widget. It's down the carousel. I don't know where I put it. Just a minute. I've got so many things in here. I thought I was organized today. Oh, it's there. Right, the widget that I'm using to do this is down in the carousel now. And with the newer phones that don't have an audio socket, it will work, because you're going from 3.5mm audio cable to a USB-C, and therefore the microphone works. I know this, and basically your headphones will work as well. Okay, so let's go back a bit and I'll catch up. Okay, and put that down. I'll leave his headphones on for a minute. Gorgeous video. Thank you, Bob, again. And over to Bob. Right, so I think I've answered that one, hopefully, in 2 parts. One with the, yeah. The aftershocks look, hang on, just a minute. Reading glasses, Bob, just a sec. Look cool. Thank you. And different colors are available. I did, our friend Nick Wood lives down the road, and there was a fitness exhibition on, and aftershocks were there, and they just blew me away with the models that they've got. Because there are other models than this. Thank you. Especially wondering about the ballooning. Haha. Yeah. Hello, Corinda. And Corinda, oh, sorry. Corinda lives in Staines in Middlesex, near to Heathrow Airport. Good friend, fellow Amazon live broadcaster. Back to Bob. And Bob is saying, I hope the aftershocks come in clear. They do. Yeah. There are, if you click the link, Bob, you'll find various. If we go back to the aftershocks again, you'll find various colorways, and some are subtler than this. They're not all rainbow colors. There are some subtle ones as well. And I'm just trying to get back to where I was. Okay. I've lost it. Okay, never mind. Let's just carry on with the comments for a moment. I should have said 3.5mm jack. Yeah, no problem. And I guess thank you for the reminder. But if you've got one of those, just go and find it, Bob. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think we've caught up with the comments now. Okay. Thank you for that. And thank you to Farah for liking the show on Amazon Live. Thank you for your watching on Amazon Live. I do appreciate spending time with me. And we've been going through a whole range of things at the moment. And I'm quite enjoying here. Just a reminder, if I go here and go here. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting, Logitech Brio, and Samsung S22 mobile. We're going to do it in a minute. We've done the Samsung S22. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, then please do ask. Okay, I'm going to take these headphones off now. Okay. The thing is, Bob, you actually forget you're wearing these. They are so light, and they come in a decent carrying case. So you can just a minute. you can just put them back in the case. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's remove that. Okay. You just go back in the case. And that's it. Okay, now just a reminder, if you're just joining us, I'd like to say thank you for joining. I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to go here and I want to go back a bit. I'm looking for something. When you're looking for something, you don't always find it. Okay, just a minute. That's the one. Okay, remember there's a live broadcast tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Huge update from BeLive. I'm broadcasting on BeLive right now. And if you want to know more about the update, join us live on Facebook on the be.live page, and you'll learn all about it from your host, Daniel Meyer, CEO, Sophia Rehan, who is the Chief Technical Officer, Grant Saunders, who is a stage hypnotist and live broadcaster, myself, Dr. Elo, who's a broadcasting consultant, and my good friend Nick Wood. And Nick and I broadcast on Amazon Live every Monday. Okay, so that's tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the broadcast. If you don't catch us live, don't worry about that. There'll be a replay, and then all sorts of things about to be announced. And I'd love to tell you more, but I've got to wait. I'm impatient. I'm so excited by what's actually happening. I mean, this is 2016 all over again, Bob, because this is a reinvention, and the things that BeLive have done in relation to live selling, and in particular to Amazon, are just a revelation. Because what I can do, and now the system can do this, is I can bring my carousel on board, and we can cycle through the carousel. And let's take that full screen, and let's just talk about a few things that are down in the carousel. So, Daniel, the video, and we just got the carousel. This is basically down in the carousel. Let's make the carousel on Amazon the same as the carousel on the screen. Okay. Now, we've talked about, let's come back to me for a second. We've talked about the phone. We've talked about the fact it's 6.8 inches tall, and you really do need a stand for it. Now, the stand that was sent to me is this stand, and I love it because it's $19.99. It's a Lamicall phone stand. It's a DPO3. It's down in the carousel, and it's also here. Okay, so I can see a comment coming. Just give me a moment. This, if I go back a bit, you can see this is the stand. You can adjust the angle of the stand. You can adjust the height of the stand. You can go down, you can go back up again, and you can go anywhere in between. The thing about this stand, if I go to this screenshot, the thing about this stand is, just a minute, there's the stand. Okay, it takes larger phones. So it's a great stand for an iPhone 12 or 13, or for a Samsung Galaxy S21 or S22. Great stand. And you can use this stand, you can use your S Pen or Apple equivalent, and you can adjust the rake of the stand so that it's easy to use. And I want to say thank you to Lamicall for sending me the stand. The stand is the Lamicall phone stand that's down the carousel. Right. Okay. Now, you need a stand for your phone. I'm just going to take a couple of comments that have come in. Absolutely great stand. Thank you. It's stylish. I've got to be honest here again. Let's just go here a minute. Also down in the carousel, I do try and show most things that are actually in the carousel, but this is I bought this. Hang on. I bought this 3 years ago. This is the Lamicall tablet stand, and it takes an iPad or it takes an Android tablet, and it's got on the top you can adjust the angle. Yeah, so you can go like that and get it at the angle that you want, and it holds the tablet steady with its twin hooks there, as you can see, and it's got a cable feed through the back, and this is in stainless steel. Now, I bought this 3 years ago, and it's done me proud because it sits on my desktop and it just holds my tablet when I'm not using it. I mean, I'm using the iPad at the moment to control this broadcast, but this stand, I don't know whether you can find it or not, but if you scroll through what's in the carousel, you'll find this stand, and it's just a beauty. What more can you say? Design is everything. Lamical and good design are two phrases that go well together. Okay, so let's come back to me. Right, so Lamical stand down in the carousel. Now, in terms of your mobile phone, okay, let's go back to the beginning. I'm just trying to look what's next in the carousel. All right, next in the carousel, this is the Ugreen 50-watt charger. Mine, of course, is British, but this is your version. And this is for fast charging of any mobile phone, okay? It's not specific to Samsung. This is a Ugreen product, 30-watt USB wall charger. It cuts the recharge time down greatly, and it's very, very good. Now, the other thing, one of the first things we do when we buy a mobile phone is, let's just come back to me. One of the first things we do when we buy a mobile phone is to buy a case for it. Now, this is the Nilkin case, which is down the carousel. And Nilkin have made this specifically for the Samsung S22 Ultra. Okay, it's meant to fit like a glove, and it does. Basically, on the back, you have the ability to cover, and this locks into place to actually cover the lenses. So you can cover and uncover the lenses. The four corners are reinforced. So if this phone falls and bounces on it will bounce. Yeah. The corners are reinforced. The cutouts at the base of the phone are precise. This is precision. Yeah. And you can take your S Pen out and you can put it back in again with no problem at all. So it is designed for the S22 Ultra. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll find more cases by the same company. The other thing is that it's ribbed on the back. Okay, so your hand's not going to slip, and it's also ribbed on the edges so that it's not going to slide. Yeah, if it's hot weather and your palms become moist, then you still can grip the phone. Okay, so, and as we go here, just finally on this, if I come back to me and go here, this phone is 6.8 inches. Now, as a bloke, man, if I put this phone into my jeans or even worse into my shorts, I know it's there. And if I sit down, I'm afraid it's going to fall out. So when I'm out and about, carrying the phone in my hand is not an option. That's an invitation. Carrying the phone in my pocket, it's 6.8 inches. Carrying the phone on my belt, there's the thing. So this phone, when I go out, goes into, just a minute, goes into, let's do this live demonstration, goes into the case. The case has got a magnetic closure there, so that just flips down like that. You probably heard it then. And then on the back, that's where your belt goes from your jeans or from your shorts. And it just simply loops through. And Bob's comments coming through, and I'm not doing anything. What is your Amazon Live channel? I've logged into the wrong browser to visit from here. I logged into Amazon from Google Chrome, but you're not on my subscription list. I need to find you. So sorry. Okay, if you, just a minute, we can solve this just a moment. I just need to do some typing. Just give me a second. I need the reading glasses again. Bear with me. Okay, if you go to stephenhealey.live, Bob, then you'll find me. Yeah, that goes direct. At least I think, fingers crossed, it goes direct. Okay, so this case, and over to Bob again. Not getting clean links to click on from this browser. I'm using Facebook again, so sorry. Okay, I actually gave you the link. If on Facebook you just find me, you just go to my profile. I'm actually broadcasting on my profile page. So if you go to my profile page, scroll down, you'll find me. In actual fact, just a minute. Let's go here and go here. Just a minute. I'll be with you in a second. I want to get rid of something. I get rid of that. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here and here. Okay, I'm actually on my profile page. Yeah, there's the live broadcast on my profile page. So if you go to my profile page, you will find it. Okay, and that's the display on the Samsung Galaxy S22 again. Right, back to the case. So this case is for any phone, any large phone, iPhone 12, iPhone 13, Samsung 21, 22. You just basically put your phone in, as I did a moment ago. Okay. You loop this onto your belt and you just carry it around with you. And it's quick release. You can actually take it out. Now, the thing is, you're giving extra weather protection to your phone. You're carrying your phone, but not in your pocket. So when you sit down, you're not worried about it. The case itself is genuine leather. It's one piece of leather. It's been machine stitched meticulously. It is a high quality product and it's down in the carousel at the moment and it fits any larger mobile phone. Okay, so where are we? Let's go back to the iPad again. Okay, and we have looked at, let's go back and go here just a second. We've looked at the DJI OM5 gimbal and how it works and how I made the videos using it. We also appear to have looked at the professional grade PowerDewise lapel microphone, which I use on all my outside broadcasts or OBs. And then the next thing we're going to do is, right, okay. Down in the carousel now is something I'm just about to switch on. You can probably see me now. One of the things the three things that are important to live broadcasting: your camera, and we've looked at the Obspot camera today, your microphone, and I'm using the Elgato Wave 3 that's down in the carousel, and then your lighting. Now, lighting is important, even on a Zoom call. You've got to get the lighting right. If you're well lit and you look good on camera, people will watch. Simple as that. If you're in the dark, then what happens is that the camera tries to compensate, yeah, but you're not as good as if you're lit. Now, I'm going to switch on my Logitech Litra Glow light, okay, and I'm better lit now. You can see me, it's brighter. Okay, shows how dark it was before. So what we're talking about is here. Not there, just a minute. Let me catch up with myself. Okay, we're talking about Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED streaming light. Now, I first saw the light, literally, when I was watching a live broadcast by my good friend Marco Novo, who broadcasts on Amazon Live. and he was speaking to Daniel Zigman of Logitech, and Daniel was explaining about Logitech's first ever light. Okay, now I saw this broadcast on recording, because you can watch Amazon recordings of all the live broadcasts. Yeah, basically, I want to say thank you to Marco and Daniel, but I watched the live broadcast and I bought 2 of these. This is a Logitech Litra Glow light. Okay. When you first get the light, let's just go back a bit so I can show you. Just a minute. I'm going to go backwards. Okay. This is Logitech Litra Glow light. First light that's come from Logitech. When you get the light, there is cellophane around the top and around the base. Just take that off, recycle it. The next step is to pull out this little shelf, and this shelf goes over the back of your monitor or your PC or your Mac. Supplied with this is a USB-C cable, which just simply clips into the back there. The other end you put into your computer. Now this is important. In order for the light to work, you must put it into your computer. Yeah. And you can control the light by the on-off switch on the back, or the brightness and color. Yeah. Or you can use software. Now I'm going to show you the software that controls this light. So I'm going to share screen. Okay, I'm going to go over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the software in a second. It takes a second or two. And go over to here and bring the software on screen. And I'm going to put it full screen. Okay, so this is the software that's controlling my lighting. Okay, and it says camera not available because this is not a camera. This is a light. Okay, so I first saw it with Marco and Daniel. So thank you to Marco and Daniel. It is in the carousel today at $59.99. So I'm going to hide that as well. And I'm going to go picture in picture. No, I want. Oh, wait a minute. I've hidden the wrong thing. Just a second. I've hidden the wrong thing. We must be getting towards the end of today's broadcast. I've hidden the wrong thing. I'm going to hide the right thing now. Okay, and the right thing is that. So next to me is the software that's controlling this camera. Now, the first thing you can do, the software is on my desktop. The first thing you can do is you can switch the software. If you see I'm going over the on button there, you can switch it on and off using the software. And you can see a vast difference. Yeah. Now, the light itself comes with 6 presets. First is bright, cool blue, which is sort of beginning of the day lighting. Yeah, and you can see sometimes you'll see, I'm going to go through the presets. Sometimes you'll see a difference. Sometimes it'll be too subtle. Okay, so that's cozy daylight, and that went down a bit. So that one was bright. This one is not so bright. Then the next one is soft sunset, and this is quite possibly my favorite lighting. So Logitech have preset 6 light settings, and you can change them according to the time of day to give you the right lighting for your Zoom call or for your broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You're in control. And because you've downloaded the software from Logitech, you can control everything using this piece of software, which is called Logitech G. You can set up your own preset. Okay, now this preset, I did this, and this preset is not good. So what I can do, as I can show you, is if I go to the software, the right software, I've got that much software on my desk. If I go to the right software, I can go here and just a minute. I can change it. I can take the temperature down. and I can take the brightness. Oh, Bob, thank you for the follow. It says so in my studio. Thank you for following on Amazon, Bob. Brilliant. Thank you. Much appreciated. Excellent. Way to go. Wow. And then you can change the brightness. Yeah. So you're in control with this light. It's for a light. It's lightweight. It goes on top of your monitor and it just lights you. It's perfect for solo broadcasting. Let's just go through the main features. It is called Logitech Litra Glow. It uses TrueSoft, yeah, which is the trademark name. It's got an adjustable mount. Now, you can extend it. You can bring it down again. You can twist it left. You can twist it right. You can bend it forward. Now, my light is on top of my BenQ monitor like that. Okay, I've got two of these. Yeah, I've got two. So good, I've got two. It's got an adjustable mount. You can twist the light off and you can put the light onto a tripod. You can mount the light on a tripod. Yeah, like the one that's on the screen now. We've looked at the brightness and warmth settings and color temperature settings. The desktop app is called G-Hub, and this one will make you smile, Bob. It's got natural skin tones and it gives you a radiant look. Now, I couldn't possibly comment, but I may well have a radiant look today, and that's all down to this light. This is an important one. The light was actually created for gamers, and this light is safe, and broadcasters, is safe for all day streaming. Now, most broadcasters on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and Amazon will broadcast for up to 2 hours. Gamers can do 8 to 10 hours at a time. This is built for them as well. Basically for them, this is safe 24/7. Okay. Freedom of placement, we've talked about. You can twizzle it off, and the software is Logitech's free G-Hub desktop software. You just download it, go to Logitech, search for G-Hub. Now, the thing about G-Hub, if I go off here, is that G-Hub basically is used by millions of gamers around the world. And you can use it not only to control the light, but it can control my Brio as well. So if I select the Brio, yeah, and I can actually change the focus. I'm not going to do that. I can zoom in, it says. So let's do that. And nothing is happening. That's probably good. That's probably a good point. Field of view. Let's go 90 degrees and take the zoom off. Okay, this is my office. Okay, and that was all done. Oh, wait a minute. You see how well the light works? My office is in pitch black dark, but you can still see me because of the single Logitech Litra light. So it's just proved itself because it was pitch black until then. So the software can actually control your camera. Yeah, and I'm going to come back to where I'm comfortable. Okay, so let's go here. So software is Logitech G-Hub, which is free. Just download the software, install it. It will recognize this straight away, and you can actually control your lighting from software. Okay, my desk, just a minute. Let's just go here a minute. My desk is a mess at the moment. There are things everywhere, cables everywhere. I'm going to have to sort out. This was down the carousel earlier. This is a 7-way USB hub. This is the corner of my Microsoft Surface Book 2. We didn't get to talk about the TP-Link Deco either, which is I'm actually using to broadcast at the moment. Okay, so let's come back to the iPad. So I've destroyed my office. Okay, and just let me key back in. Right, I'm back. Bob, I want to say, Right, I want to say a big thank you to Bob for the follow. If you've enjoyed today's broadcast, then do press the follow button. Okay, I can take that off the screen. It means you can find me again. Simple as that. I don't get your details. Amazon keep your details, and basically, you can find me in the following tab up above. I follow about 250 Amazon Live broadcasters. It's like having my own TV channel from Amazon Live. So I'm going to hide that because I'm British. I'm English. I don't push myself. I just suggest gently. And the comments that are coming in from Bob are, I found you and I just ordered the lights. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you, Bob. And thank you for the follow. And even more thank yous for clicking the link in the carousel buying. You've helped to make my day. I look forward to seeing Barb tomorrow. Barb has said she's going to be there. So I look forward to catching up with Barb tomorrow on the huge update from Be Live at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 7 p.m. in the UK. Daniel Meyer, the CEO of Be Live, Safria Rehan, who is the Chief Technical Officer, Grant Saunders, who's my favorite stage hypnotist, me, Dr. Elo, who's a Be Live broadcaster and Amazon Insider, and my great friend Nick Wood. And Nick and I will be live 2 weeks on Monday, using Be Live, of course. And a comment coming in from Bob, so I'll come back to me. Okay, I don't need to move, Bob. Thank you for sharing your insight and for your help, Steve. You're most welcome, and thank you for joining me. To everybody who's watched today, I would like to say, if I go over here, your host has been Stephen Healey, live from England. We've been talking about live broadcasting. We looked at Samsung S22 Mobile and the OBSBots. We've looked at a lot of things today. Bob's gone through the carousel today. Thank you, Bob. I want to say a big thank you for watching me live. And when you next visit, do like Bob has done. Ask me questions. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. And I'll see you again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Different topic, same sort of thing, but talking about different things. So from Stephen in Wiltshire, England, it's goodbye for now. Take care. Bye. That's a wrap.